After 8 long years of survival, building, bloodshed, and sorcery, Funcom has just revealed the single biggest change in the history of Conan Exiles. This isn't just another chapter or some seasonal update. This is a fundamental reforging of the entire game. And the most unbelievable part? It's going to be 100% free. Forget everything you thought you knew about the separation between maps. Forget being locked into a single character. On May 5th, 2026, Funcom is launching Conan Exiles Enhanced, and it's going to change everything. We're talking about a full migration to Unreal Engine 5, the long-awaited merger of the Exiled Lands and the Isle of Sipta into one seamless world, and the introduction of multiple character support. This is a gift to every single player who has ever set foot in this brutal world. So sharpen your axe and ready your spells, because the world of Conan Exiles is about to get infinitely larger. Let's start with the change players have been begging for since Sipta launched, the unification of the worlds. For years, the Exiled Lands and the Isle of Sipta have felt like two separate dimensions. They were two distinct experiences that forced you to make a hard choice. Did you want the classic deserts and jungles of the Exiled Lands, or the mysterious, storm-wrecked shores of Sipta? You couldn't have both. Not with the same character, and not on the same server. This created a fractured experience, a constant what-if hanging over your gameplay. The resources, recipes, unique thralls, and epic dungeons of one map were locked away while you played on the other. It was, without a doubt, a massive pain point for the community. Conan Exiles Enhanced completely obliterates that barrier. This isn't just a clunky character transfer with a long cooldown. This is a true, seamless, unified world. Funcom has announced that players will be able to travel freely between the Exiled Lands and the Isle of Sipta, assuming you own the Sipta DLC. One moment you could be battling Sand Reapers under the scorching sun, and the next you're navigating the eerie, maelstrom-infused landscapes of Sipta. This isn't some menu trick. Servers will now be able to host both maps at the same time, effectively doubling the size of your world for those of you who own the expansion. For PvP players, the game has been blown wide open. Will clans now need to defend holdings on two separate continents? Could you launch a lightning raid on a Sipta base and escape back to the Exiled Lands with your loot before the enemy can even muster a response? The tactical depth this adds is just staggering. For builders and crafters, having access to the full suite of recipes and materials from both maps on a single character is a dream come true. No more compromises. You can finally build that ultimate fortress using the architectural styles of the Exiled Lands and decorate it with eldritch wonders found only on Sipta. This single change injects an insane level of freedom and strategic choice into a game already famous for its sandbox depth. It makes the world feel whole, cohesive, and infinitely more alive. The next huge change is one that directly tackles player freedom and replayability: multiple character support. For 8 years, the rule has been simple: one character per account per server. If you wanted to try something new, a new build, or experiment with a different roleplay persona, or even just start fresh without deleting hundreds if not thousands of hours of progress, you were out of luck. Your only options were to wipe your beloved character or buy a whole new copy of the game. It was a restrictive system that punished experimentation. Conan Exiles Enhanced throws that entire system onto the sacrificial pyre. The update will allow players to create and maintain multiple characters on a single account and switch between them freely. This may sound like a simple quality of life feature, but for the dedicated community, this is a monumental shift. Think about what this unlocks. For the role-playing community, it's a godsend. You can now have a whole cast of characters, each with their own story, build, and place in the world, all on one account. You can have your noble Aquilonian warrior, a shadowy Stygian sorcerer, and a brutish Cimmerian barbarian, each ready for a different adventure. For the strategists and power gamers, this is a complete game changer. You can now have a character dedicated solely to PvP, fine-tuned for combat without compromising their build for crafting or exploring. You could have another character who's a master artisan serving as the logistical backbone of your clan. This allows for a level of specialization that was just impossible before without juggling multiple accounts. It encourages you to see the game from every angle. You want to join your friends for a fresh start on a new server but don't want to abandon your main? Now you can. It respects the time you've poured into the game while opening the door to endless new journeys. For all its brutal charm, there's no denying that Conan Exiles was built on older tech. After 8 years, Unreal Engine 4 was starting to show its age. Performance could be shaky, and graphical fidelity has come a long way. This is perhaps the most ambitious part of the whole Enhanced update, a complete migration to Unreal Engine 5. This isn't just a fresh coat of paint, this is tearing the game down to its foundations and rebuilding it with cutting-edge technology. Developed with help from Inflection Games, Funcom is using UE5 to deliver dramatically improved visuals and performance. We're talking about advanced features like Lumen for realistic global illumination and Nanite for insane environmental detail without crippling your PC. The world is going to be richer, more detailed, and more immersive than ever. Funcom is specifically targeting a stable 60 plus frames per second across all graphical settings on most PCs. This engine upgrade is really about the future. Moving to UE5 provides a modern foundation for the next decade of Conan Exiles, ensuring the game can keep evolving for years to come. And here's the kicker. Despite this massive graphical and technological leap, the new client size is being slashed from a whopping 120 gigabytes down to just 40 gigabytes. That's a third of the original size, making the game way more accessible. This is more than a patch. It's a complete technical overhaul that will make the game look better, run smoother, and stand the test of time. Alongside those three colossal changes, Conan Exiles Enhanced is packed with other crucial improvements. First up is a totally revamped user interface. The menus are cleaner, navigation is more intuitive, and the whole experience will just feel more modern. Plus, one of the best quality of life changes that will be implemented is that crafting stations will now pull ingredients directly from nearby storage containers and your followers' inventories. No more running back and forth, grabbing stacks of stone and wood, a small change that will make a huge impact. Now we have to address the elephant in the room. What happens to existing bases on the Isle of Sipta? To create this seamless unified world, Funcom had to make a tough call. Because the island's map coordinates are being physically merged into the main world, existing bases on the Isle of Sipta simply cannot be preserved through the update. When the patch goes live, players will be loaded into the Exiled Lands and will need to travel back to Sipta to rebuild. Funcom's official recommendation is for you to dismantle your Sipta base before the update on May 5th and store all of your materials in your inventory and on your thralls to make rebuilding easier. While this is definitely frustrating for some, it's a necessary sacrifice for the monumental gain of a truly unified world. Thankfully, character progress and bases in the Exiled Lands will carry over seamlessly. In a press release, Funcom's Chief Creative Officer, Joel Bylos, framed this update as a gift to the community. He said, "We know these upgrades are often sold at a premium or released as a separate enhanced product, but we wanted to offer this for free to fans past, present, and future as an anniversary gift and a token of our appreciation for their support." Now for the most important part, when and how can you play Conan Exiles Enhanced? The update is set to launch on May 5th, 2026 for the Steam version of the game. This is timed for the game's 8th anniversary, making it a massive gift to the community, and again, it is a completely free upgrade for everyone who owns the game on Steam. However, there are some very important platform details. Initially, Conan Exiles Enhanced will be exclusive to PC via Steam. Players on the Epic Games Store and Windows Store will stay on the Unreal Engine 4 version, which Funcom will now call Conan Exiles Legacy. This Legacy version won't get future major updates, the Bazaar will be disabled, and it won't have access to official servers. Funcom has advised players on those platforms to spend any leftover Crom coins before the May 5th launch. As of right now, there are no announced plans for a console version of the enhanced upgrade. Consoles will keep getting critical bug fixes and will still have access to their UE4 servers and the Bazaar, but they won't be getting the new UE5 content at this time. If you're on Steam, you'll have a choice. The launcher will let you play either the new Conan Exiles Enhanced or the legacy UE4 version, but listen up, because this is critical for official server players. On May 4th at 3 p.m. UTC, all official PC servers will be taken down for the migration to UE5. Any character on an official server at that time will be permanently moved to the UE5 version. If you want to keep a character on the UE4 legacy version, you absolutely must use the server transfer tool to move them off the official server before that deadline. On a brighter note, all your progress on the Exiled Lands, such as characters, bases, and loot, will be carried over into the enhanced version. Your purchased Crom coins, Bazaar items, DLCs, and Twitch drops will also transfer seamlessly on Steam. And for the huge modding community, Funcom has confirmed that day one modding support with a refreshed mod dev kit will be ready to go at launch. So let's recap. One massive unified world, the freedom to play multiple characters, a complete technological and visual overhaul with Unreal Engine 5, all arriving on May 5th, and all completely free for every owner of the game on Steam. This is, without exaggeration, the most significant moment in the 8-year history of Conan Exiles. It addresses the community's longest-standing requests and lays a powerful foundation for the game's future. This is a huge moment for the Conan Exiles community. So what are you most excited about? Is it the merged world, the ability to have multiple characters, or the stunning Unreal Engine 5 overhaul? Let me know in the comments below. And what's the very first thing you're going to do when Conan Exiles Enhanced drops? Thanks for watching, Exiles. Until next time, keep crafting, keep surviving, and I'll see you in the Exiled Lands.